Hello, everyone. Dan Casper, Stanton International Education Coordinator, and I want to show you how to apply for our study abroad scholarships. Really great opportunity, so please do not skip this part. So you log into My DTCC, use your credentials. You'll see a tab here called Financial Resources. Click on that. You'll see a link to scholarship application and search. Click on that. And then I'm going to, let me see, just hit search scholarships. There you go. In fact, I'm going to go back real quick and show you something. So what I would do first is fill out this general scholarship application, which is right here. Okay, so the general application. Um, that's just kind of like your demographics, what you're studying, your work history, whatever. Every student at Delaware Tech that applies for any scholarship has to fill that out. And by filling that out, it's actually going to try to match you up with appropriate scholarships for you. So you should do that right away, even if you're, I mean, frankly, not studying abroad, you should do that because you never know what's out there. But you have to fill that out um, for your study abroad scholarship application. So make sure you do that right away. It's pretty straightforward. And then you want to go to scholarship search, as I hit before. And then this, if you fill out your general application, this will be populated with scholarships that are matched with you or tried to be matched with you. So I would type in study abroad here. All of our study abroad scholarships pop up. Again, this is last year's, but they're pretty much the same as this year. There'll be a college-wide one here. This is an elite Saliba. This one's very competitive, a minimum of 3.0 GPA. There are two of these awards college-wide, but hey, somebody has to win them, so it could be you. Um, then this is an Owens only scholarship, as you see here. This is also Owens. This is, I'm not sure we have that this year, but if we do, it's a college wide. And then we have for if you're my student or a student on the Stanton or Wilmington campus, aka the George campus, this is the campus scholarship. There are 10 of these. They're $1,000 each. Um, how competitive they are depends on how many people apply. Now this one and all of the scholarships except for that first one require a minimum of 2.5 GPA. If it's your first semester and you don't have a GPA yet, that's fine. This will be evaluated after the semester's over and you'll have a GPA established. So work on those grades, and if you need any more motivation to get good grades, here's one of them. Um, and this is important. You need to be enrolled in a study abroad course in order to be eligible. So in other words, you will not know that you get a scholarship until after you're already enrolled. And in fact, you won't be awarded a scholarship if you're not already enrolled. So this is due on Friday, December 12th. All this is due on the 12th, which is 1 week after the semester's over. Then we evaluate them on a committee, and you will not be notified until sometime in January. And so you'll already probably be started with your classes by that time. And so this is not something you can see before you enroll or before you really get going with your class. So keep that in mind. Also keep in mind that if you're awarded this one, you are required to provide 10 hours of volunteer time for the study abroad or international education department. Really, it's mostly on-campus events in the following year, maybe help promote one of our events, maybe table at one of those, help out, etc. Um, and so that's 10 hours to be completed in the following year. Totally worth it. I mean, if you think about it, $1,000 for 10 hours of work is really not too bad. I don't know how much you make an hour, but that would be a lot for me. This is the college-wide scholarship. There's one of these per campus. Again, a minimum of 2.5 GPA. And then here's a really big one, the presidential. So this is a college-wide one. The number that are awarded just depends on how many people apply, how much money there is. So this is the one that almost everyone that applies gets. Not necessarily everyone, but just about everyone. And so this is actually, again, at 2.5 GPA. This is a sliding scale. So you're awarded between $500 and $2,000. That depends on your financial need. Okay, now your financial need, keep in mind, this is based on your FAFSA. If you have not filled out your FAFSA, fill it out right away. You're not eligible for this if you do not fill out your FAFSA, because we have to take something from that form, and that's how we figure out how much you would be awarded. So the really, really nice thing about this, and this is really important, it kind of doesn't matter about all of these scholarships, like which is which and et cetera, because you fill out one application and it will apply you to all scholarships you are eligible for. So, for example, if you're a Stanton campus student with above a 3.0 GPA, you may fill out one application and it will apply you to the campus scholarship, the International Education Fund scholarship, the Susan and Anise Saliba scholarship, and possibly this Global Discovery scholarship. So that's 4 to 5 scholarships just for filling out a single application. And you don't have to decide. And so what you're going to do, and it may look a little different for you, and again, this is last year, but you hit apply now, or it's called like apply or something like that. Okay, so this application will pop up. There's something at the top here, but it has my student ID, so I'm not going to share that part with you. But this should look pretty similar to what you see. Now here's everything else is just sort of general stuff. Some of that is autofilled, but these are the really important ones. There's 5 to 6 different questions. Um, short essay, 500 words or less. Okay, so a couple points to make about this. Number one, we as a committee read every single word of these applications when we score them. Okay, and so we check grammar, spelling, punctuation. Very importantly, the content. Did you answer the question? Did you answer it thoroughly? Is there any extraneous information that's not important? Um, just be very, very careful. Make sure, I mean, I've seen a lot of applications where they don't quite answer the question. It can be the best answer in the world, but if it doesn't address the actual question, it doesn't really help you. Okay, so just be really careful about that. That's piece of advice one. Piece of advice two, strongly, strongly, strongly recommend before you submit this application, you wrote your essays, don't submit it. Go to the Writing Center on your campus. This is free, drop in, okay? Every campus has one. Take it there, ask them to look it over. They'll check your everything that I just mentioned, right? So they'll look at the quality, punctuation, spelling, etc. Okay. Please do that. I mean, look, it's up to you, but I want you to get as much money as you can. So I want you to put your best foot forward here. Go to the Writing Center. Make sure everything looks good. Okay. The other thing, very, very important, you need one letter of recommendation. And again, this is in my FAQ, but it's from faculty, staff, or advisor. So it does not have to be a faculty member. Oh, that's usually who it is, but it's fine. This is a recommendation letter. It's not, doesn't have to be super lengthy, but it should be clear that, you've demonstrated that you're a good student or that you are a good representative of Delaware Tech, whatever. Okay. This is also important. You do not need to fill out your application in order to ask for this recommendation letter. So I suggest before you do anything, get to this application, go right to this section and submit this. So what you'll do is there'll be a button here. Again, I already hit this button, so I can't do it again. But there'll be a button here that says provide recommendation or provide contact or something. But you'll click the button and you just put a name and email. Okay, and that's it. You click that, hit send or submit. Delaware Tech will send that person an email. You don't need to do anything else, okay? They get the email, and then there's a link in that email for them to submit the letter. And so make sure you do that right away. I would do that before you even submit, okay? The only thing you should do is I would suggest politely following up about a week. Give them about at least a week, if not longer, and then ask them, just say hey, or I guess actually don't say hey, say like, hey, hello, Mr. Casper, I just wanted to thank you again for offering to provide that letter for me, and I just wanted to make sure that you got my email or you got an email from Delaware Tech a week or two ago, and that you had a chance to submit it. And just double check with them. I do suggest that, but just again, don't be pushy. Don't ask them right away. Give them at least a week to do that. So it follows that you should give them at minimum a week to fill this out before it's due. Again, this is from last year. So this year it's due on Friday, 12th of December. All right. So and then there's kind of like you acknowledge that this was you that filtered out and so forth. All right. So sorry for the lengthy video, but this is really, really important. So make sure you do this the right way. Again, I want you to get as much money as you can. I wish I could pay for everyone, but it's just not feasible. But there are some really good opportunities for you. So you really want to do your best when you're filling this out because you should maximize your chances of getting money. Okay? If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. And I wish you good luck and good health. And I hope you have a great semester.